Hey, you. Yeah, yeah, you there. Hey, can you get me out of here? I have wine, if you do. Please? Anyone? I just want to be uncaged. Hey everybody, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime. So someone let me out of the cage, which means I can review wine. So that's a good thing, right? Anyway, so today I have the 2017 Z. Alexander Brown Uncaged Pinot Noir from multiple counties in California. It is 14.5% alcohol by volume. I paid $15 for it. And so like I said, it's multiple counties. Here's the breakdown. 82% Monterrey County, 10% Napa County, and 8% Sonoma County. I don't recall a time I've ever seen a wine, especially from a single state, that broke down the counties that the grapes were sourced from. So that's kind of cool. I thought that was pretty cool. But is it any good? Let's take a look. I did spend $15 for it. So if it's trash, wife is gonna be quite pissed off. It might end up back in the cage. Hopefully not. So from a color standpoint, you are ruby, light ruby, no artifacts, no cloudiness. From a nose standpoint, well, the interesting thing is this wine smells exactly like a Chilean Pinot Noir I tried the other day. Very interesting. So, I mean, it is an alcohol bomb. I'm getting it all up in my nose. It's burning my nose. The main thing I'm getting is black cherry, a little bit of raspberry, a little bit of red currant, touch of cranberry. There's like a little touch of like clove, maybe a little bit of cinnamon, tiny bit of black pepper, just a tiny bit. I'm not really getting, there's a slight barnyard to it, but very, very slight. Not really getting any mushroom or forest floor or anything like that. It is a 2017. It hasn't really had time to develop too much. So there is that. But how does it taste? Maintaining eye contact that long is hard. I'm a male. From a taste standpoint, very, very big. Black cherry, raspberry, and tannins. Man, this thing is tannic. I did not think, I mean, at least tannic for a Pinot Noir. It's pretty tannic. It's slightly rough. Yeah, there's also a slight vanilla note that I didn't get on the nose, but I'm getting on the palate. So, black cherry, raspberry, vanilla. There is an earthiness to it. I would say that is a little bit more of like a dried leaves. There's also like a slight like violet note coming out in this wine. And I didn't smell it until I tasted it. I know that sounds weird, but the things connect. But yeah, I'm getting like a little bit of violets now. And that vanilla really kicks in. Lots of vanilla on the finish. Mid palate going into the finish, it really picks up on the finish. Lots of red fruit up front. This is a, say it's medium body. Medium, well, using the WSET level 3. Medium alcohol, if I could, I'd say medium plus alcohol. It's not quite high. It doesn't burn, but it's definitely like aromatic in my mouth. It's just kind of floating around in there. In terms of tannins, I'd say about medium tannins, but they're kind of rough tannins. Probably got about medium minus finish. And the acid, I would say, is about medium. So let's take a look at the criteria. Well, from a balance standpoint, you're pretty much medium across the board, except for that alcohol. Now, the alcohol doesn't burn, and the alcohol is noticeable, but it's not until you've actually had a few sips, and you're kind of breathing it in, you feel the overall mouth heat, and a little bit of that alcohol flavor, but it's not overpowering, so I'd say it's in balance. Length, I'm not gonna give you a point. You have a medium minus finish. Intensity, I'll give you half a point. You have some primary fruit intensity. The intensity that I'm getting on the vanilla is definitely there in the finish. I'm not getting it in the nose though, so I'm not gonna give you a full point there, and plus you barely have any tertiary, like hardly any tertiary. So half a point on the intensity, and then also that kind of bleeds into complexity a little bit. Not really much tertiary, tiny bit of secondary, especially with spices, like that cinnamon and clove type of thing going on, as well as the vanilla. And you have a good number of primary fruit clusters, but I wish there was a little bit more, though the flower, that little violet note, does kind of help you out here. So I'm gonna give you half a point. So overall, that comes out to 2 points. You're a good wine. I'm not disappointed in the fact that I spent $15 on this wine. Would I have liked more out of it? Yeah, but you know what? If you picked it up, you're not gonna have a bad time with it. Anyway, this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you had the Z. Alexander Brown Uncaged Pinot Noir from multiple counties in California? I'd be interested to know if you have. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you all again soon with another episode of Wine on the Dime.